back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I want to talk about some of my favorite indie brands and also some brands that are indie that I want to try more of. So hello, if you are new here, my name is Jennifer. I love all things makeup related, and I also do subscription box openings, and I also talk about mental health on my channel. If you are into any of that, I would love it if you would hit subscribe and hit that notification bell and join my channel. I would absolutely love that. Yes, and let's go ahead and get started. I love some brands that are actually indie brands, like Natasha Denona, just to name one of them, she's actually an independent owned brand. But I want to stick to smaller brands that don't necessarily, only one of these actually sell at a retailer, and that's what I kind of want to focus on. Brands that just kind of rely on indie brand lovers they rely a lot on influencers to sell their brands, and things of that nature. So, but I wanted to include one brand that I really like that is actually sold at Sephora. But let's get into my top 3 favorite indie brands. And the one that I am actually wearing on my face today is actually a new favorite of mine, and this is a palette I just got, and it is Nomad Cosmetics. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes, these 3 colors. The shimmer is from another palette. This is an all matte palette. It is Blend Bunny is just, they have come and just out of the blue and have just created this wonderful formula that just blends. So it's called Blend Bunny for a reason. They just blend so beautifully. The colors are so vibrant, as you can see on my eyes. This is the look that I came up with. Like I said, I used these 3 colors on my lids. And yeah, if you like a lot of color, you will love a Blend Bunny. The second palette they came out with was I'm not going to do this with every brand, just this brand because I'm just so excited about them. This was kind of where they have their shimmers at, and they have like pastels and their midtones and their darks and their shimmers and their neons, and then they have what they call their neutral palette, which is the Dollhouse. Oh, that last one was the Surge palette. This is the Dollhouse palette, which is also phenomenal. They've just got such a great formula that is just so awesome, and I don't know what else to say. It is just, check them out at blendbunnycosmetics.com, and I think they sell lashes as well as brushes too. And let's get on along to my next favorite. These are in no particular order, by the way, but these first 3 are like my 3 favorite brands, and it is Nomad Cosmetics. This is their latest palette, the Paradise Islands palette. They are a destination eyeshadow company, which means all their palettes are based on destinations. These are like the South tropical islands, and this is like a pastel palette. Not my favorite palette from them, but it is their latest palette. I did use this as my shimmer, and this is my inner corner highlight today. I do like the shimmers on this palette. and they come up with some really fun color stories, like their Haunted Europe one that is still on sale at on their online site, and I really think that one is my favorite one. But this is still a good palette, just not my favorite one. Again, in my top 3 is Ace Beauté. This is my latest palette from them, the Floral Vintage. This is a good spring, summer, fall, or winter palette, and it is, all the shades are named after flowers. Again, just love this palette. They have a beautiful formula as well, and I have several of their palettes. I don't have all of their palettes, but several of them. Another one of my favorite indie brands is Lethal Cosmetics. This is their Night Flower palette. I think their shimmers are just really awesome. There's like a duochrome in this one. I love their purples, and they have some blues in here. I only have one other palette from them. It is the Lethal is Dead palette, but I really want to get some more of their palettes. They can be kind of pricey though, so I have to really pick and choose what I get from them. And the other 3 are quite, especially Blend Bunny. Blend Bunny's quite affordable. Nomad is kind of up there. Ace Beauty, well, all 3 of those are about in the same price range, but Lethal can be kind of more expensive. Like this palette was about $55. And the one I was talking about that sold in Sephora, but I think it's still considered well, it is an indie brand. It is individually owned. Is Artist Couture, and I have 2 palettes from them. The 2 that I own is Ethereal Bloom, is a great spring palette. I always like to wear this one in springtime. And the Caliente palette, which I just did a look on this last week, I think. What I love best about indie brand is that they are not afraid to go there with colors, and I really like colors, and indie brands do colors probably better, I think, than the mainstream brands, and they do them a lot more vibrantly, I'm not sure how you say that, but they come up with the most unique color stories, and that's why I really like to buy indie. And I just like to support indie brands too. And I have 5 other indie brands that I want to talk about where I only have 1 palette from them and that I would like to buy more from. The first one is Menagerie Cosmetics. This is their Feral palette. This is what their palette looks like, and I haven't used this one in a while, but from what I remember, it is very good quality. I have looked on their website. It is hard to buy stuff from their website because they sell out of stuff so quickly, and so you have to know when they are restocking and the day and the time they are restocking, and it is kind of a hassle to buy things from them. But the thing that they always have in stock are their single shadows. And I think the thing I want to buy from them is some single shadows next time I shop with them. So yeah, I think that's the route I will go, because I was looking at their palettes and I didn't really see any of their put together palettes that I really wanted. They don't have that many palettes out, but they do have a lot of single shadows out. So I think that's the route I'm going to take with them. Another brand that sells out really quickly is Unearthly Cosmetics. And this is their Not Normal palette. And this is the color story on that. I love purples, greens, and yellows together. And I bought this. Leanna Dalton was talking about this palette a lot, and it made me want to buy it. And I have used this a couple of times, and I really, really like it. It is colorful, but it has more neutral colors too. So you can play with the colors and the neutrals together, and it has great mattes on it as well. The shimmers are okay, but I really go for mattes a lot. So yeah, I really enjoy this. And there is a palette out. It is kind of expensive, but it is a palette full of special shades, duochromes, and multichromes that they have out on pre-order that I have my eye on. I know I just said I like mattes, but I would love to have a palette full of multichromes and duochromes. The next thing I have is a palette full of single shades from Sydney Grace. And I got these in a couple of mystery boxes, but just from using these, and I got a couple of highlighters too, just from using these, it has really turned me onto the brand. And I would really love to try one of their pre-made palettes and learn more about this brand. And it just, I don't know. These singles have really intrigued me. I have videos of me trying all of these palettes all throughout my channel. Just search and you will find them. And the next palette is from Alter Ego. I really like this. This has kept me from having to buy the Natasha Denona Glam palette because it is a dupe for the Glam palette. This is a well-loved palette, and they are known for duping some of the bigger, more expensive palettes, and I really have my eye on some of them. I think they have one duping the gold palette from Natasha Denona, which I like. I have a kind of, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I think that Natasha Denona's big palettes, the $129 palettes, are overpriced and overhyped, I think. I don't think they are worth $129. I think her $65 palettes are worth the price, but I don't think her $129 palettes are worth the price. So if I can get a dupe of them, I absolutely would. So yeah, I want to try more of their palettes, absolutely. And the last brand I got in a mystery box is from Be Bella. This is the Wild Behavior palette, and this is the only eyeshadow palette that I own from the brand, but it has been enough to make me want to try more from the brand. So yeah, it is just a beautiful color story. Um, I have a wish list on my phone, but I'm using my phone right now, so I can't look at it. But I can't remember the palette that I picked out that I want to get from them. But it is a very fall looking palette, I think, that I'm going to buy from them next. But yeah, it is definitely on my wish list. So Be Bella, I highly recommend Invisible. I recommend all of these independent brands, and I recommend supporting independent companies, and I would give an honorable mention to Onsai. Not one of my top 10 favorite ones, but they do have a good formula. I just think that their shimmers are a little too glittery, but they do have a good formula, so I recommend checking them out as well. Okay, all right, let me know what some of your favorite indie brands are. And I would love to know. I would love to try out new indie brands as well. So I'll leave some of that down in the comments. What do you think of some of these brands? Have you tried some of these brands? Let me know all the information down below in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and I hope you are having a wonderful, fantastic day out there today. And if you are not, I hope something comes along and sparks your day so that you can have a wonderful, fantastic day. One thing I am adding to my outro is please check me out on my socials down below on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. And if you are having an especially hard day out there, know that I am thinking about you and sending you out those good vibes. Just remember to stay strong and stay healthy and stay safe out there. And I will see you in a new video tomorrow. Okay, alright, stay well until then. Goodbye.